You join me, ADG123. Just finished a quick little practice session before heading into qualifying in the Clio Cup, the Sunday Night Racing League, hosted by Mr. Dre 70. I think he organises the whole league and everything. Found this through the MRC group. So yeah, you join me at the very start of qualifying. You might have to settle into this if you're going to watch it, because it's going to be quite a long one. I've got half an hour's qualifying, and then 2 races with a 10-minute gap in between. So I'm going to try and treat the driving as seriously as possible as well. So try and get some good results. I came 4th in both races, I believe. Last time it was 2 weeks ago. My memory's not the best. Pretty sure it was 4th in both races. So yeah, I should write this kind of stuff down, but yeah, I don't. Anyway, so back into qualifying at the Red Bull Ring short track, which I quite like. I like both versions of the track, in fact. Wanted to do, obviously, like I say, I had a race 2 weeks ago, but I wanted something to follow on from the MRC GTCC, so this was the first thing I saw really, and I was drawn to it because I love my Clios. I own one, so I absolutely love them. I have them for a few years. Following the British Touring Car Championship, if you ever go watch, you'll see the Clios, and always entertaining, and that's probably why I've always liked them. Heading on to my first time lap. That's probably a corner cut. Too early turning there, yep. That's the bad first lap. I've got half an hour, so no need to worry about it, but just not psychologically the best start to qualifying. Fastest these Clios. Getting up to 100 now. Heading into here, down a gear. So, if we can get a lap together on this third lap. Second flying lap. Oh, Jesus Christ, the penalties are tight round here, as you can see. Definitely need to be just that little bit cleaner. I did alright in practice, so I'm not worried. Probably short shifted a little bit into 4th there. Could have rode 3rd for a bit longer. Just waiting for the front to bite in so I can put my foot back down. Flat all the way through there because it's uphill, struggling to get in any speed. No worries about running wide on the curves or anything. Good race 2 weeks ago. There's been a lot happened since then, but it was a goodie. Good 2 races, should I say. Always close in the Clios. Can't get my words out, sorry. Bit early on the brakes there, but I'll use that to hug the curb instead. do like cars like this that are slightly slower than obviously what you can drive, but I like them because you can just really focus on the driving rather than be worried about outbraking yourself too much or anything like that. You can really just focus on your apexes and just trying to get the balance right all the time around every corner. We'll talk you through a lap, or try to talk you through a lap. Hitting the limiter there in 4, if that's not good. So down 2 gears, on the brakes, I'm just easing the throttle until I hit the apex pretty much, and then straight back on it, run it to the curb. Down 1 gear here, just braking nice and early, and then just rolling it through, making sure I get to that apex. As soon as I know the understeer's not going to take me wide, back on it, and just again flat all the way through there. Easy that section. There's that chicane. Just a dab of brake here, down a gear, tilt it in. Run it a bit wide, hopefully that won't get me a penalty, let's see. It was a little bit wide, should have gone into third there on the exit of the last corner, but all is not lost. I posted a lap time that's put me into 5th. So looking to perfect that first corner. I think there's a lot of time to be gained there. Well, there definitely is a lot of time to be gained there, I know there is. Oh! Wasn't sure if he was going to ghost or not then, still don't know if he did properly. I think if I had hit him I would have made contact. There's room a lot there, but I'm in front of him, I'm not chasing him through the next bit, so I'm already over that. Here we go, let's try to get a good one in. Coming out of there in 4th again. I've got the traction, he's gone wide by the look of it, so no need to worry. Some fast guys on here. Go through there. Front wheel drive car, Clio, so about 200 brake horse, just over. And I like front wheel drive personally. A lot of people always say proper race cars are rear wheel drive, and I kind of agree to them to a point, but still doesn't take away from the fact that I enjoy driving front wheel drive cars and race cars. Still good fun to me. Oh, I love the way that you have to save a slide in a front wheel drive car as well. You have to absolutely nail the throttle and get it back straight that way, rather than in a rear wheel. Obviously you correct it with steering a bit more on your throttle. I'm not going to do the most commentary tonight because I want to concentrate a bit more. Anyone that has watched any of my videos might have heard me say that I've struggled since I've started commentating and driving at the same time. I feel like my lap times have suffered a little bit because of it, but overall I'm still doing alright. It's those ultimate laps that I seem to be lacking, but as anyone knows, it's just something else I need to learn. Get better at it eventually, hopefully. I feel like I've started a little bit of progress at getting better at it. And I mean tiny little bit of progress when I say that. I don't know why I just short shifted into 5th there, that's not a great way to start, so let's late brake into here instead. Managed to still get it right, carry the speed. See what the split time says when I go over the sector time line. Again, just trying to hug that inside curb so you can get your foot down as early as possible. It's a long run up to this next corner, and even then it's only a dab on the brake really, so you almost carry the speed from that corner all the way down to the last corner, really. Just a dab, get it tilted in, and then just easy on the throttle until you feel the front grip, and then back on it and run it to the curb. So yeah, I felt that was quite a good lap. I'm in 7th there, so there is work to do. Need to nail this first corner a little bit. T1 a little bit better. Deciding what to call it, mid-corner doesn't help. Looking forward to Dirt Rally, it's not far away now. Anyone that's interested in it. Dirt Rally 2 that is. Should be good. Looks like the curve driving might be a bit more reliable than the first one, which was a bit of a bugbear of mine. It was pretty rare to be fair, but felt like sometimes they'd tell you like a 5 right and it was more like a 5-2. A right 2 should I say, Jesus. Sorry, it seems I'm struggling a little bit to get my words out tonight. I'm no professional. I've got too many red times on that, on the right there. All the track cuts that I've had so far, so I think, well, I don't think I know. I need to eliminate those. I could probably handle one in a race situation, really, and get away with it maybe, but not all those. Don't want to be doing that in the race. Terrible out of the last corner. Feels like it's so in between gears. 4th, you're hitting the limiter straight away. 3rd, sorry, again, mixing my words up. 3rd, you feel like you're hitting the limiter straight away. 4th, you feel like you're just waiting forever for the power to build. With flag being waved, nothing being shown on my screen, so it must be the other guys. We've got a yellow flag in front of us, I wonder who's, what's happened. Again, first time racing in this league with these guys, so they're all relatively new to me. Still haven't learned who to completely trust and who to look out for. Hopefully these next 2 races coming up will give me a bit more of an idea of who to keep an eye on through the season. Not a bad first corner there. Still don't feel like I'm getting it the best I could, but I'm happy with the speed I'm carrying through it, but I just feel like I could be a little bit later on the brakes, but every time I tried it then I feel like I'm going to go wide, so I'd rather get the corner than go wide every lap. But probably could gain that little bit. Haven't really messed around with my brake balance, I don't know if it's a good idea to do so. What time is it? So I've still got 15 minutes left for qualifying before the race starts. We might have a little fiddle. Let's have a look. Let's go rear. Thinking the front then, but I guess if I put it too far to the front, as you brake, lifts up the rear, and already in a front wheel drive car you've got the effect of lift off oversteer. Oh, wide. So a bit. I don't think you can really spin on these cars, but still have to do a bit of correction every now and again. Yeah, so if you put it too much to the front, I'm guessing Oh, whilst I'm in qualifying, I might as well try it, I suppose. So actually do it after this corner. Oops. Let's really attack this first corner and see what difference it makes putting it there. And let's do it to the extreme so you can actually tell the difference. So I'm expecting the back to go even lighter than it has been. It did to a point, but it just sent me wide. So, as I kind of suspected, probably better a bit more towards the middle, because again I thought it might have a good effect on the rear end, but the car isn't really fast enough to react to stuff like that I suppose, so better to go towards the middle, because putting it up front there I'm asking the front wheels to steer, put the power down and do a lot of the braking when I could shift it towards the rear. And let's have a go at doing that. Terrible driving again on that last exit, second to last. I'm going to have to shut up for the next couple of minutes just to make sure I get some decent laps in. I'm not happy with 7th at the moment. I feel like I could improve on that. I haven't done the slowest of laps, but certainly could nail it a bit better, so I'm going to move it a little bit towards the rear and see if that balances the little bit of oversteer you get every now and again when you're pushing. It'd be quite handy if it does, just so you don't lose that traction when you're coming out of the corner. That tiny moment of oversteer makes all the difference when you're in a close race. So try and iron that out altogether. Keep going wide there, so I need to sort that out. So I've got a penalty, I'm just going to take a minute now. Wait for whoever's behind me to come past, maybe. No, it's far enough away for me to carry on. Just going to sacrifice a lap, get made in the right place and actually put a decent qualifying lap in. Oh, okay. Turns out, so amateur at this, turns out qualifying isn't half an hour and it's 20 minutes. So I have qualified 7th, unexpectedly. I really wish I'd looked at the thing a bit more. Anyway, can't help it now. Here we go, I guess. Yeah. Oops. Here we go, I'm into the race. So maybe I should have played with the traction control a little bit for the start there, but I didn't want to start messing about with the buttons right at the last second. So it's a 15-minute race. And I'm hoping to keep it clean, so give everyone a little bit of room there. Probably could have carried a little bit of speed, more speed through there, but I would have made contact, so try and keep it as respectful as possible, but at the same time we are in the Clios and there is a little bit of argy-bargy every now and again, as you can see up front. Go on guys, go this way. So I'm already lining myself up for the inside line into the next corner, even though it's miles away. There's not a lot the guy next to me can do. I've got the inside line, he's going to end up going wide if he does try and follow me around. To be fair, he's still there. Again, I've got the right to force him slightly wide. I don't want to force him off the track, but I can lean on him slightly. It's probably not going to go in my favour though, down into here. I'm actually going to pull over to the left, give him the chance to go down the inside, and it looks pretty aggressive, so think better of it, give him some space. He's back at me as well. I've managed to get the run on him out of the corner, so that's good. And I'm back into 7th, where I started. Hopefully I can start pulling a bit of a gap to the guy behind me, and then I can turn my focus completely to the guys in front, which I always feel is my strength. I've got someone to chase, I do pretty well. So got to avoid these corner cuts as well, so I've got to sacrifice a little speed here and there if I feel like a line's wrong as I turn in, but that's what I've really got to focus on, I suppose, the turning points and braking points, to make sure that my lines are right, so I don't have many corrections going on. Never going to have that perfect race, but these Clios are all about momentum really, so the lesser corrections you have, the more speed you've got basically. So just trying to keep it nice and neat through there. So the guy in front looks like, as I was just saying, he's had to correct a bit of a understeer where it sent him towards the curb, and then he's had to fight his way back around the next corner. Anyway, I'm side by side, so I'll shut up. This is a bit of a dodgy position I'm in. Again, giving him room, braking early, not risking anything. I'm not going to go around the outside of him round there. Some people think they can overtake around every corner on a track, but it's not actually possible on certain corners. It's better to back out sometimes. I'm not saying never go for an overtake, but it's something you learn with a bit of experience, just when to push a little bit harder and maybe force that issue, or like I did there, back out and just let him take the place. Just can't afford to drop back off him because I've done that though. That's the main thing, I need to stay with him. So let's concentrate on doing that. Thank you very much if you've watched any videos so far, by the way, really appreciate it. Means that I'm not just talking to myself in the loft here. So if for nothing else other than that, thank you. I'm really enjoying it as well, doing the commentating personally for myself more than anything else, but if other people enjoy it, then it's just an advantage and a little bonus. I like all car related things. I want to get some more track day footage on my channel eventually and stuff like that. Got the car to do it, I just need to get out there and pay for it and go and do it. I've got 2 cars to do it in a way, but that's for another day. I've got 3 cars altogether and a petrol guzzler. Not all of them are very good though. Well, none of them are very good really, but they all mean something to me. Well, one of them doesn't, it's just a workhorse, but there you go. I have a Kia Ceed, believe it or not, if anyone's interested. Bought it off my mum and dad for £2 grand. It's got about 38,000 miles on it. I only bought it about 4 months ago. It's absolutely spanker. My mum and dad have driven like to the local town that's about 4 miles away and back in it for the last like 8 years or something, and that's about it. So got myself a bit of a bargain for work. And it's I believe it is the same engine size and model and everything else, not the same colour unfortunately, but the one that was on Top Gear and used as the Celebrity Challenge car for Celebrity lap time car for a fair few years, if I recall right there. I think I remember Clarkson, I'm getting a bit off topic here and I should be concentrating, but I think I remember Clarkson actually saying it was a half decent car. So here, what do I do? I can't push really. I'm going to take someone out. Oh, that guy ghosted luckily for some reason. So that would have actually been a bit naughty from me there, but I got away with it because it seemed to go through him. Don't know what happened, but I feel a bit fortunate there. So I've actually gained 2 places through there after backing out, so it worked out for me. As you can see, being aggressive isn't always the key to racing. They've both got penalties as well by the look of it, and I haven't, so that's an advantage as well. Until I get one, that is, which is inevitable. I'm just trying to keep it clean and tidy though. Right, I'm in 4th now, so I can hopefully pull the gap to the guy behind me a little bit more. Looking at the time on the left, not too much. So I've got to look at the corners too, but run it out wide, not too wide. And again, running out wide, but not too wide. I need to stop shifting into fourth a bit too early there. Anyway, looking at the time on the left, the relative delta, if you like, to the guy behind me. I think the technical phrase for it is relative delta anyway. I should stop saying stuff like that and just have confidence in what I say. Anyway, that's been new to it. Is 1.8 seconds thereabouts. So, like I say, I can turn my focus now to watching the times on the right really, and making sure I'm bringing them down if anything, and if not, certainly keeping them very consistent and fast. And then hopefully the guys in front, being close to each other, will have a little battle, a little attempt here and there, slow each other down, and I'll slowly make up that time. 7 minutes left of the race, so there is time to have a little comeback and try and get a podium here. The field looks quite spread out now by the look of it. On the mini-map everyone's got a gap, what looks like at least half a second or something to them. Hard to judge from the map at the top, but go a half a second. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. Not the point. So again, fourth up that hill, seems so hesitant to accelerate, but you get there in the end, and eventually at the top you can change to fifth, and then back down again, straight into fourth. So it's only a moment in fifth there, and again blast it off the limiter on fourth. Do it same in third on the way out, and then back up to fourth. I kind of like those kind of gear changes when you're up and down a few times through a corner. It's good. Well, you don't have to drive it like that, to be fair, but that's the way I like driving it. So definitely pulling a bigger gap to the guy behind. I've gained yet another second on him for that last lap. So got a 3 second gap to the guy in front, which is MB512. So let's try and pull that back. Pull that down, should I say. Not pull anything, just bloody catch the guy in front up is what why am I trying to dress it up with fancy language? I have no idea. So he's pulling away from me on the straight there, so I had a bad run out of that last corner really, even though it didn't feel that bad. He's gained on me. It's obviously good to gain some time down the straight. Mind you, he will have been slipstreaming, so he's got that advantage over me at the moment. The guy in front, that is, talking about. I need a drink at some point, but it's always a bit awkward whilst we're racing. Anyone watching from the MRC, looking forward to season 8, it should be another good one. Really glad that I found the MRC actually. Sorry, excuse me, just clearing my throat a bit, like I say, I need a drink really, but it's not the ideal time. On the straight, let's go for it. I think it's a bit of mango and apple juice if anyone's interested. Oh, I've gone a bit wide, hopefully that isn't a penalty. Guy in front's got a penalty there. And that's good for me. I hope I'm not just talking absolute tripe, for want of a better phrase, tonight, because like I say, I'm trying to concentrate that little bit more on the driving rather than just waffling on. I feel like I've still been waffling a little bit, but I guess that's just me. Can't help it. A bit wide there, but not too bad. Just, if anything, when you just get it that little bit wide like that, just a little bit more hesitant on the throttle really. You haven't really messed up the corner, it's just lost a little bit of time getting back on the throttle, so that's where you actually lose the time really. And I suppose you could argue I've taken a slightly longer way around the track, but I'm pretty sure that's very, very, very tiny marginal part of it. I'm sure there's some study into it somewhere you could probably read into it. I don't think I'll bother though, it sounds pretty boring. So just trying to reel this guy in now. I haven't got long left. Need to keep it tight, carry my speed, take it to the curb every time, make sure I'm not leaving anything on the track really, apart from two wheels, so don't get a penalty, that is. So I've done quite well to avoid penalties so far in this race, especially when in qualifying I had quite a few. I don't remember one in this race anyway, I could be wrong. I don't think I've had one. If anyone's heard me bang on about it before, my memory isn't the best for remembering the race as I'm doing it. It kind of all becomes a bit of a blur by the end, and can't remember anything about it really. Just remember if it was good or not. Sometimes there's a memorable moment or moments, but like this kind of race when I'm just trying to catch this guy, there's no side by side too much or anything to really jog my memory of certain laps or anything like that. So I'm getting closer though. Slipstream at the moment, oh, he's pulling out. I don't like this as someone else. I watched a video, I can't remember what now, I watch a lot of videos, but some of them were, I think it was a Gran Turismo video that someone posted on the MRC, and they were talking about people weaving like down the straights to avoid being slipstreamed, and I agreed with what he was saying. It's annoying. You should just take your line, and if you're getting caught, you're getting caught. Sometimes it's better to let the guy pass, so you're not actually having to defend and lose more and more time. But yeah, everyone sees it differently, that's just how I see it I suppose. I like to think I have a pretty mature racing club approach to things. Just a mature approach in general, I mean, really. Just happened to lend itself to saying mature racing club, quite frankly. So, we've got one more lap. Might have two more laps. I thought that we were going to say last lap then, because there's only 8 seconds left on the timer there. It might come up and say last lap in a second on this same lap. Let's see if it does. Nope, so it looks like we might have, oh it does, yeah. So this is the final lap. Here we go. Let's try. So he's got rid of his penalty. I need to be with him now if I've got any chance of getting on the podium. I am with him, which is, need to be thinking inside. I don't want to be going on the outside there. Slipstream as much as I possibly dare. He's going defensive. I'm going to have to go outside. I don't trust this guy actually, so I'm going to give him a little bit of room. I think he's going to plough me off if I look, he would have done as well if I'd have gone around the outside of him or even attempted it. He'd have hit me and no doubt not even worried about it. So his penalty has given me 3rd place. Nice one, thank you. Sorry for that guy, but unlucky. Oh, I love a podium, and especially when I'm recording it, so that's a good first race. Right, I'm gonna, if anyone's interested, I'm gonna actually do this as 2 videos because I need to go to the toilet and stuff, but so yeah, if you're interested in the second race, I'll put that up as a separate video, but obviously there's some kind of link to it. So yeah, I'll speak to you very shortly, in about 10 minutes.